You've probably blamed sugar at least once. Hyper kids, oversharing adults, or your midnight emotional bond with cake. Sugar's got a dramatic reputation for chaos and bedtime destruction. But is it actually changing behavior? Or just getting blamed while your brain goes rogue? I'm Professor Everything, and today we'll be answering the question, when does sugar alter behavior? Right here on Explaining Everything. Let's start by clearing up the biggest myth. Sugar does not instantly make people hyper. When you eat sugar, it's broken down into glucose, absorbed through your intestines, and gradually released into your bloodstream. That glucose fuels your brain and muscles, but this process takes time. Sugar doesn't sprint into your neurons yelling, "Act weird." Multiple controlled studies show no consistent link between sugar intake and immediate hyperactivity, especially in children. In many cases, kids given sugar-free drinks behaved the same as kids given sugary ones, yet adults still reported sugar-induced chaos. That's not biology. That's expectation. Your brain is extremely good at pattern making. If you believe sugar causes wild behavior, you'll notice every laugh, jump, and unnecessary somersault afterward. Normal excitement suddenly becomes proof. Sugar didn't change the behavior. You changed how you interpreted it. And here's the sneaky part. Your brain loves simple villains. It would much rather blame sugar than admit it can't perfectly predict behavior. Sugar becomes the scapegoat because it's visible, sweet, and easy to accuse. Unlike complex neurological processes, which don't fit nicely on a napkin at a birthday party. And let's be honest, sugar usually shows up during parties, holidays, birthdays, and celebrations. People aren't calm during those moments to begin with. Sugar just happens to be present while excitement is already happening, quietly taking the blame, like a misunderstood side character. Here's where sugar can affect behavior. Blood glucose regulation. Your brain relies almost entirely on glucose to function. When blood sugar rises quickly, your body releases insulin to bring it back down. If that drop happens too fast or dips too low, you don't get energetic, you get uncomfortable. This is the infamous sugar crash, and it typically shows up 30 to 90 minutes later, not right after eating. Mood changes, irritability, fatigue, and poor focus suddenly appear, and everyone assumes sugar kicked in. In reality, sugar already left the building. What's actually happening is that your brain is experiencing a mild energy shortage and responding like a dramatic roommate. It sends out stress hormones to stabilize blood sugar, which keeps you functional, but also slightly cranky, less patient, and more likely to sigh loudly at absolutely nothing. When blood sugar drops rapidly, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline to stabilize it. These hormones sharpen alertness, but they also reduce emotional regulation. That's why people feel edgy, restless, or weirdly emotional instead of energized. This effect is stronger if sugar is consumed without fiber, protein, or fat. Without anything slowing absorption, glucose spikes and falls faster, making the brain scramble to regain balance. It's not chaos, it's metabolic turbulence, and your brain is just trying to keep the lights on. Now, let's talk about dopamine, the brain's reward messenger. Sugar activates dopamine pathways involved in pleasure and motivation. This doesn't mean sugar hijacks your brain, but it does make experiences feel more rewarding in the moment. That's why sugar feels comforting, exciting, or emotionally significant. Your brain learns quickly. It associates sweetness with positive outcomes, which is why sugary foods feel special instead of neutral. That tiny reward boost can subtly influence behavior, especially in social settings. When dopamine increases, inhibition slightly decreases. People may talk more, joke more, interrupt more, or feel unusually confident. Not reckless, but a loser. If emotions were already simmering, sugar nudges them forward. Importantly, this effect depends heavily on context. Sugar eaten alone at a desk won't feel the same as sugar eaten during a celebration. The brain isn't just responding to sugar, it's responding to the moment sugar exists in. Here's where things get personal. Sugar doesn't affect everyone the same way. Genetics, insulin sensitivity, stress levels, sleep quality, and gut health all influence how your body handles glucose. Some people regulate blood sugar smoothly. Others experience noticeable spikes and drops that affect mood and focus. Children are often blamed for sugar behavior, but kids already have developing nervous systems and lower emotional regulation. Add excitement, social energy, and adult expectations, and sugar becomes the easiest explanation, even if it's not the real cause. Adults experience the same biological responses. We just express them differently. Instead of bouncing off walls, we get irritable, unfocused, or suddenly convinced everyone is annoying. Same chemistry, different coping strategies. Sugar doesn't create behavioral problems. It reveals how well or poorly the system was balanced to begin with. So, when does sugar alter behavior? Not instantly, not magically, but indirectly, through blood sugar changes, dopamine signaling, and emotional amplification. Most sugar behavior isn't sugar taking control. It's timing, biology, and expectation colliding at once. Sugar didn't flip the switch. Your brain just reacted to the situation. And honestly, that explains a lot. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.